Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today we're doing something a little bit different. So I'm playing This War of Mine. If you haven't heard of this, it's basically a survival game, but it's not a zombie survival game, if you can believe that. It's really difficult to believe in this day and age. But yeah, so it's a pretty cool game. It's an often depressing game, but it's really cool. So let's kind of get into it. So I've played a little bit of this, but not a lot. So I'll start a new game. You can be kind of screwed over by, especially by starting new games, because you can start in winter, from what I understand, or in summer. If the game starts you in winter, it's going to be a bit more difficult, because you have to do a bit more. You have to build like a stove to heat up your shelter and everything. You'll see what I mean about that later. So this is my shelter over here, and so basically the first day, because the game's broken up into day and night cycles, and the days pass fairly quickly in terms of real world time. So the first day we're going to spend a bit of time just tidying up the shelter, collecting as many supplies as possible from all the crap lying around, and then we just kind of go from there. So basically the idea of the game is that we're stuck in some what feels like Eastern European sort of location, and we're civilians just trying to survive the middle of a war. So these are our survivors. That's actually a different survivor to who I've had normally. So Katya's not there. Katya being a woman. This time we've got 3 men, which is a bit of a sausage fest. But anyway, how long has this siege lasted? It's hard to say when every day is a struggle for survival. The city is crawling with snipers. Shelling is ordinary business almost every night. Phones don't work. There's a shortage of food and meds, and many people are left homeless. Bruno and Marco have always been good friends, so when the war broke out they decided to stick together. They met Pavel while scavenging for supplies. He used to be Pigorin's star football player, now he's just another homeless victim of war, so they teamed up hoping for the best. Okay, so we got our 3 survivors. Pavel, who is a fast runner, and slightly sick. We've got Bruno, who's a good cook and slightly wounded, that's not good. And we've got Marco, who is a skilled scavenger. That's interesting. I've actually seen Marco in one of my other games, so basically what he brings to the table, as far as I know, is he has a far larger carrying capacity. We'll see a bit of that later. But anyway, let's start tidying this place up. So we've got Bruno up here. So you get this little hand icon. That means you can basically click on something and scavenge through it. So we've got herbs, we've got some components, some clean water and some wood. So we're just going to grab everything in here, because when we're in our own kind of shelter, we don't have any carrying limitations or anything. So we'll get Pavel to check out over here. I think Marco is breaking this door down. There's nothing in here that we need, but it's good to have it broken down. So we've got some wood, some components, and some electric parts. Take all of that. Okay, and Marco is cool. He's got a lockpick. That's good. Means we can. These are single use, so they'll break after using them. But it's good for opening locked doors, as you would imagine. So let's get him down here, and we've got some stuff over here as well. Okay, some parts, more electric parts and herbs. Take all of that. Now what I need to do as well is build a shovel. So I might get Bruno to come down to this workshop sort of thing here, then we can make some tools and make a metal working table. Okay, so we'll grab all of this and we'll break this door down. Okay, so Bruno, make me a metal workshop. So we've got plenty of resources for that, which is good. And I'll just put this right here. So he's breaking that door down. You don't have anything to do right now. So, wondering which one I should go for first. Go for this one. So we'll pick this lock, and then we'll make a shovel so that we can clear these piles of rubble. You can clear the rubble with your bare hands, but it takes a lot longer. So a shovel is definitely worth making, and it doesn't take too many resources. So, make that. Marco, you scavenge this for me. Okay, so we got a little bit of food there as well, and the rest of it's good. The food's not much use until it's cooked though, so it's something to be aware of. And you can still eat it, I think, but it's not much use basically when you guys get hungry. None of my guys are hungry yet, so that's not too important. Okay, oh, and we can just get Pavel straight onto this. So it looks like we didn't actually need to. That was a waste of a lockpick, I think. Oh yeah, because there's a ladder right there. I thought he'd actually come up this way and have to go through this door, so that was a miscalculation. Oh well, nothing I can do about it. Actually, let's see if we can make a crowbar as well. Crowbar means that we can open up the locked stuff without having to waste lockpicks. So this is going to use almost all of our components, but I think it's worth doing. Although it might mean that we won't be able to make a bed, but hopefully we'll find some more components once we're scavenging the rest of this stuff. We'll have to wait and see. So no components in there. You got Marco digging up this rubble. Okay, he's done building the crowbar. So these guys have like a shared inventory as well. So you don't need to like trade items between them or anything like that. They can all just use what they need to when they need it, which is good because otherwise things would take so much longer. Alright, so he's done with the crowbar, so Marco can use it now. Pavel's using the shovel, so I think this means if I got him to click on that, he'd go through it with his bare hands. And we've got to be careful of the time as well. The night part of the day, the night part of the day, that doesn't make a lot of sense, but nighttime starts at about 8 PM. And we've got a lockpick there, some meds, a couple of books, that's all good, and some medicine. Medicine is definitely useful. So yeah, the nighttime starts at 8 PM, I believe. And that's when kind of the next phase of the game begins. Okay, so let's shovel up this. Anything for Marco down here to do? I suppose I can move him over here. Once Bruno's done with the shovel, Marco can start using it. Cool, there we go. Collect that. And Pavel, you can crowbar this door open, or this cabinet, whatever. Okay, so we've got a bit of clean water and some jewellery. The jewellery is only useful for trading. And my decent trader, because you normally start with Katya, who is good at trading. But I didn't start with her this time. So I suppose when it comes to trading, I'm probably going to lose out. Things will be a bit more expensive. But I guess that's the way it is sometimes. So let's see if we can build a stove. We probably can't, but I'll go for it anyway. No, so we need a lot more components. Yeah, building that crowbar may have been a mistake, I'm not sure. It means I can open a lot of this stuff up without having to build lockpicks or anything like that. It'll also mean that I have good tools for scavenging at night times, so I don't know. I mean, you got to make kind of trade-offs and compromises in this game when it comes to that sort of thing. Is there anything else to pick up? Apart from this, I don't think so. Okay. Well. Can we make a bed? No, we need components for that as well. I'm starting to think making the crowbar was a mistake. We probably could have waited until the next day for the crowbar. But whatever, it's done now. And we get some bandages, that's useful. So that's good for Bruno because Bruno is wounded, but nighttime just began, so there's nothing I can do about it right now. So Marco is my skill scavenger. As you can see, he's got 15 backpack slots, whereas Pavel has 12, Bruno only has 10. So how am I going to do this? Obviously Marco is going to go scavenging. Let's get Bruno sleeping. We can't get him to sleep in a bed because we don't have a bed. And we'll have Pavel guard. Although, I don't know, it's only the first night. I don't think you can get raided on the first night. I'm not sure. I know you can get raided on the second night though. Let's get Pavel guarding anyway. It may make his sickness a little bit worse, but we do have medicine for him. But anyway, so these are the places we can scavenge right now. So we've got this shelled cottage, we've got a semi-detached house, and a decrepit squat. So I think the cottage is the best one because there's not going to be anybody there, because you can run into other people who might shoot you, or they might not, but you never really know. So the shelled cottage is empty basically, and we can get some food and materials and all that sort of stuff, so there's lots of good stuff to get here. So we'll take Marco. We will put the shovel on him, and I'll put the crowbar on him as well, because he's got more room than I'm normally used to. So even though that, I mean, that still means even with those items, we still have room for 13 other things to pick up and carry. Alright, so let's go scavenging. Let's see what we can see. Hopefully something useful. House is still burning. Is it safe to go inside? Yeah, it'll be fine. So let's see what we got in here. a good amount of components and a bit of wood. We'll take all of that. What else? Oof, ton of components. Well, maybe if I'll take as much of this as I can carry, and then when I come across other things, I'll drop it and just, you know, choose things that are a higher priority. But right now, that's pretty useful. So there's nothing in there. Let's check the fridge. There should be a bit of food in the fridge, I'd imagine. Yep. So okay. So we'll drop a bit of wood so that we can carry the food. And we'll take the water as well, because water is useful. I'm not sure about this last bit of raw food. I should probably take it actually, because we don't have a lot of it. So, okay, we got that. And I mean, this might be all that we end up taking. We can take a bit more water, because the water goes up into stacks of 10. So, that's good. What's in here? Got some medicine. Medicine would be worth taking, but what do I want to drop for the medicine? I suppose I could drop the wood, but then I'm not going to have a lot left over. But I think I've got plenty of wood anyway. I might be wrong about that. I'm not going to take the herbal medicine, I'll just take the regular stuff. The herbal meds don't seem to be as useful. I mean, they might still work, but I think they've got less chance of working. Okay, so let's see what's down here. This red thing is just a rat that's moving around. That's a lot of wood, but I'll leave that. I mean, we can always come back here, so we don't have to get everything all in one go, and it's impossible to get everything all in one go anyway. So let's dig this rubble up. But yeah, so the red thing moving around is just a rat making some noise, but sometimes, like when it's people, or if you're in an inhabited area, that could be people as well. So that's kind of how you know when there's people moving around. So this is why I brought the crowbar. I suppose I could have brought a lockpick as well, and of course if the lockpick would have broken, which would have meant that I'd have one more slot to carry something, but anyway, live and learn. So what do we got in here? Oof, we got some useful stuff in here. Oh, we got bullets. Well, I think I have to take those, even though I don't have a gun. Let's trade food for bullets. Sure, why not? Bullets, bullets, even if I don't have a gun, I could trade them, but obviously when I get a gun, they're useful. The rest of it, these cigarettes could be used for trading. I guess I'm going to have to come back here and pick a bunch of this stuff up. Alright, let's go back up top. And we'll go up to the top of the stairs before we go out the back. I'm not really concerned about finding anybody in here. So I can spend a bit of time looking around. Okay, what have we got in this pile? Anything useful? More components. Gonna leave those for now. Let's take a look through this door. Anything in there? Nope. Crowbar it down. See, if I'd only brought a single lockpick, I'd have to have chosen which one of those I was going to open first. Odds are this cupboard would have been the better one to open anyway. But we'll see what's in here. Magnifying glass. One of the flyers dropped on the city, it reads, "This is a zone of anti-terrorist operation. Persons remaining in the city will be treated as terrorist supporters. For your own and your family's safety, leave Begoran immediately. The army guarantees you a safe passage." Not many believed them after the atrocities they had committed. Wonderful. What a lovely place we live in. Okay, so components and wood, not much point taking them. What about over here? Homegrown tobacco for making roll-ups. And some more roll-ups. Ooh, weapon part and books. Do I have any? No, this is a difficult choice. One weapon part by itself is not very useful. I think you need 3 weapon parts just to make a knife, and that's the only weapon I can make at the moment. So I'm actually going to leave this stuff. And like I said, we can always come back for it, so you don't have to get it all in the one go. So let's dig through this rubble so we can check this pile, and then we can actually leave by going out this side. And I think it also means that when I come back here in the future, this rubble will all be gone, so I won't have to dig it up again. It means I'll have a safe exit and everything like that. Okay, let's check this pile. and see what we can see. More oh, more weapon parts. And I want to take some of this stuff. I don't have room. But I need the components. I mean, the components by themselves aren't valuable. Like, a lot of this stuff is more valuable than the components, but at the same time, I need the components. So I'm going to leave all this stuff, and I guess I'll come back here in the future. Alright. Marco is back. Let's see if we got raided. Hopefully not. Day 2. Okay. Night was calm. Good stuff. Alright, so Marco is hungry and tired. Bruno slept poorly, hungry and slightly wounded. Pavel hungry and slightly sick and tired. Okay, let's see if we can make this stove now. There we go. Let's make this. And I just like putting this up here in the kitchen next to the fridge. I don't think it really matters where you put it, but anyway, that's where I like putting it. Pavel, see if you can make a bed. He can, and we got plenty of wood for it as well. Let's put this over here. Cool. And I guess I'll have to, I might give him some medication, and I'll probably give Bruno this bandage as well, so that they can heal up. And we'll have to see how that goes. I mean, it's probably better to save it in case they get badly wounded, like if Marco gets shot or something when he's out scavenging. But I'm not sure. Okay, so Bruno's our good cook, so he's the one that I want making the food all the time, basically. So we can't make this food, because that requires vegetables, which we don't have any yet. But we can make a few of these. So I suppose if I make 3 fuel, we've actually got a ton of books. We've got 5 books. So I'll use 3 of them for fuel. I don't want to use all of them because they can use books to restore their morale. But I'll burn some books up. And we'll make 3 meals, and then all of these guys can get themselves a feed. And I guess, yeah, I'll get Pavel one of these medications. Okay, Bruno, you cook up 3 meals. So yeah, Bruno's the good cook, which means he uses less resources. So if, say, Marco was making the food, he would have required more parts to do it all. So it's better to get Bruno doing all of it, really. Okay. Good stuff. So Bruno, you can eat something. And then Marco can eat something. Bruno, you're going to go down here. We'll see if we can make anything else useful. Okay, Marco can go to bed. And Pavel needs to sleep as well, but whatever. He's had some pills, he's fine, he's good to go. Okay, what else can we make? We can make another bed. Could make a radio as well. Radio would be useful. Don't need a metal workshop. So let's make the radio. Drag this over here, put that there. Cool. Oh shit, no, clicking the wrong things. Pavel, you can just sit down in this chair, I guess. Why not? Maybe I should make another bed so they can sleep during the day. Let's see, what will it take? I don't think we'll have enough parts now that I've made the radio, but I might be wrong. His back hurts from sleeping on the floor. Poor Bruno. Nope, can't make a bed. I need more components again. Okay. Well, Bruno, actually, you can just go sit back down again, Pavel. Bruno, let's do the radio mini-game. So you basically got 4 stations in the radio. One of them is always playing classical music, so that one's not much use, but the other 3 can give you a bit of information. So, first one, the rebel leader instructed us to warn the listeners not to cross the front line. Failure to comply could result in death. Let's just scroll all the way over to the left. And then once this light goes solid, you've got another thing. So the upcoming days should still be nice and warm, perfect for a stroll in the park. So that's just telling us we've got some good weather, basically. This is the classical music. You see the light starts blinking as you get close to a station. So that was actually one of the stations I'd already been on, I think. There we go. Despite desperate counterattacks by the rebels trying to lift the siege of Begoran, the city remains cut off. Government forces do not allow any aid to reach the city, claiming it would end up in rebel hands. Okay, so that's all of that. That's useful. Is there anything else to do in here? I'm not 100% sure. Marco is getting his sleep on. Bruno is slightly wounded. Maybe I should just end the day and we'll go scavenging again. I mean, sometimes you can get people coming up to the door during the day and they'll either offer to trade with you or they might request your help with something. Which can, like, if you help somebody out, say somebody's sick and you give them medicine, that can help your guys out, like, it can improve their mood or whatever. Apparently if they get really sad, people can actually kill themselves. I did say this game was depressing. But, okay, yeah, I think I'm going to end the day. And we'll just go straight towards the night cycle. So, how are we going to do this? Marco is no longer tired, which is good. Pavel can sleep in the bed. Bruno can guard. I'm not sure if there's much point guarding when he doesn't actually have a weapon, but maybe he can scare people off. I don't know, because you can get raided, and I've been raided on the second night a couple of times now, which I've only played like a couple of playthroughs, so that's every time realistically. Anyway, so we got some new places. We got this garage down here, which apparently there's some people living there who might be willing to trade, or they might not be. They may not even be there, but anyway. So we've also got St. Mary's Church, which has some food, huge amounts of materials, some meds, lots of parts. I'm tempted to go back to this shelled cottage, but I think we need more food, if I'm honest. And I don't think there was much food left in the cottage. So, let's try this garage. There's apparently lots of food there. Marco, yep, we're taking Marco. Okay, let's prepare for this. I'll take the crowbar. We can use this, as we've seen, we can use that to break open doors. It can also be used as a weapon. I'm not going to take anything to trade, just in case there's nobody there. So let's just see what we can get. Could be a mistake, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I wonder if the owners are still around. Yes, I wonder that as well. So we've got a couple of things here. Got a magnifying glass there. Let's check this pile first. Components, wood and electrical parts, take all of that. Let's see what we have to see here. Someone scratched on the wall, no more hiding, we meet in heaven. Oh, well that does not sound like a good thing. I wonder if, is that a dead body? No? I don't know. I wonder if they killed themselves or something. Okay, let's see what's in this filing cabinet, I guess. Oof, look at all these materials. And some fertilizer. We don't need the fertilizer, but I'll grab it anyway. As well as all the components and the wood. I mean, I can always drop it later if I find something better. So, it's worth picking it up, I think. Okay, let's go across here. Oh shit, there's a person there. Wait. He needs meds, so I can trade with him. I didn't bring any meds and I haven't found any. But let's try trading anyway. See, he's got canned food and vegetables and saw blades. And an axe, or a hatchet. Damn. So you can use it to chop up furniture or people. Wow, this guy's got all sorts of shit. Will you take anything in exchange for fertilizer? Maybe some vegetables? No. Chuck in an electrical part as well. 2 fertilizer and an electrical part for 1 fucking carrot? No. Please bring bandages or medication. This is a pretty large area. At the moment I'm tossing up whether I should attack him and go through the rest of his shit. It's probably not a good idea, because I can come back here in the future and trade with him again. And if I bring the medication the next time, maybe he'll be happier or something. I don't know. At the same time, I haven't got a lot of stuff. Well, that's not true actually. I put a lot of components and a lot of wood, but I haven't got any food or anything. Fuck it, let's do this trade. So we can get the vegetables and then I can make something, like some better food basically. Alright, let's do this deal. And then let's get out of here. That was a really short scavenging run, but maybe it'll be worth it. Okay, Marco is back. Did we get raided? Start of day 3. Found plenty of really fine stuff. What a night. Yeah, we've been raided. I wonder if this is actually scripted, like if you're supposed to get raided every single time on the second night. Or yeah, second night. Someone came at night to take our things by force. Someone tried to rob us, they didn't seem very determined, so they didn't do much harm. We had some weapons, but not enough for everyone. Bruno was wounded, but the attackers didn't steal anything. Bruno has a deep wound he could do with some bandages. And this is why I saved those bandages. Well, anyway, let's pause this so that the time doesn't keep ticking on. So this is This War of Mine. It's a really cool game. It's as I've said a couple times, it's depressing, but at the same time it's kind of depressing in a good way. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. But yeah, I think it's a really cool game. So I'm having a lot of fun playing it. But I think I'll end this video here. So until next time, I've been Vornskyr. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.